Okay, I would like on behalf of Shaare Zedek officially to welcome the extended Kaplan family here. Menon is an old friend of this hospital, also an old personal friend, and we just spoke of some of our past memories on the way up here.
Which we will not share.
Which we will not share. And I really want everyone here to know that, I mean, I don't have to tell you about your father or grandfather, but just the fact that he has chosen a project here at the hospital to help the children says more than anything else. It's not a secret that we are the biggest maternity hospital anywhere in the world. Now, don't look at me, I'm innocent. But it also means that we have quite a lot of children, and statistically, when these babies, they grow older, statistically, some of them unfortunately get sick. So now when we are building, as you probably saw on your way in here, that we are putting up a brand new building, and the project that your grandfather chose is in the new building. It's going to be a special area where the sick children can forget for a few minutes, hopefully for longer, about their problems and their diseases, in order to make their stay much easier here, in order to make the hospital a more friendly environment. At the end of the day, we wouldn't like to see, we prefer not to see any children here at our pediatric wards, but we have to be realistic, and this is a part of life. So once again, thank you very much. And
how many babies are born a day?
How many babies are born a day?
Someone guess.
Yes.
Give
us a number.
I need a number.
Give us a number and double it.
35.
30. That's on a very slow day.
Is that 100?
We have annually in this building only more than 15,000 babies born. At our second
42, 43 a day.
At our second branch, we have another 6,000, which gives us 21,000 babies born at Shaare Zedek every year. It's quite a high number. We had a delegation here from Iceland, from the state of Iceland, from the parliament, and when they heard the numbers of babies we have, they started to laugh, because in the whole of Iceland, they don't have anything that comes near. So you know, this is our claim to fame.
Or spend a second or two about what's going to happen in the area that the Kaplan family has dedicated, the recreation area for the kids.
So the room is going to, and maybe after we do the dedication, we should go to see something very similar what it looks like now in its current state, and with a little imagination, if we, from what we see, we bring our minds some 30 years forward, we will understand what's going to be. But it's going to be a room, adolescent recreation room, where the patient who can leave their beds, obviously, can go in and play on computers and be able to forget about the disease. There are some children who spend quite a considerable time here. We're not talking about one day, we're very often not talking about 1 week, but some children here for months. And that would be like the second home to them. But I think we should see what we have today in order really to get the full picture.
So one of the things I'd like to say is our family's always been involved with children, somewhat playground, somewhat education, camps, whatever. And it's another extension. Children are very important to us, and that's why it has to do with the children's lounge or room. And what I'd like to ask my grandchildren is, whenever you think of something that you're doing, write to the hospital or tell Paul Jesser or someone about things you think children would like to do when they were sick. Some games or some, Shane, you're always playing games, so you know what keeps you busy. Because children whose minds are busy don't think about what aches them. They're thinking about other things. And that's really what you're trying to do, take their mind off of the pain or the suffering that they're going through. So that's a way of doing it, to give them a diversion. So that's one of the concepts that we had when we talked about this.
Now we will do the unveiling now. You should keep in mind, though, one thing, you should keep in mind that next time you come, hopefully, the plaque is not going to be here. So if you come, I remember we went to the 6th floor, huh? The plaque will hopefully be
in the new building.
In the new building,
which you'll see.
This is only a temporary place. It will be the same plaque, but at a different location.
Can I add one more thing about the recreation room? In addition, this is the first hospital in Israel to have opened up actually a fully functioning educational institute, which means that kids, when a child is here, we know he's going to be hospitalized for longer than 2 or 3 days. Our school principal, who's actually an employee of the Ministry of Education, contacts the child's real principal, and we find out what the child is doing, what the syllabus is in school, what will need to be learned. So then we make sure we've got 15 teachers who work in this institute. Many of them work in the recreation room because some of them are, in addition to being regular teachers, they're also therapists. They're art therapists, music therapists, and that by and large is what goes on in the recreation room. It's a supplementary, you know, it's the supplementary education, pet therapy, art therapy, music therapy, and play therapy. Obviously, play therapy is for children who can't really express what they're. Now, these therapies are good for young children who can't always talk about what they're going through, what they're feeling, what they're experiencing. And when we have an artist who can actually work with the child can draw or paint and express what he's feeling, that's very therapeutic. It's good for the child. So basically what we do in the hospital, we're aiming to not just cure the disease and to help the child, obviously, through whatever he's going through, but also to help the child a little bit with his soul. And there's we focus on the emotional side of being a patient as well.
Before we unveil the plaque,
So this young lady has a
question,
question.
yes, go ahead.
Okay. Well, it's not really a question, but I know almost everything about hospitals because I broke 4 bones.
Wow, 4 bones!
Okay,
Whoa.
that's good.
So we have a
So
hospital
bef-
expert.
Wait,
here.
I've never taken a picture of
before we
this
do
broken-
that, we have a presentation to make to the B'nai Mitzvot. So
Yes?
will the two of you step forward, please?
That's you. So now we have to guess. You are the bar mitzvah and you are the bat mitzvah. That's 2 out of 2.
One is a Zachary and one is a Samantha. It's an Alexandra. So this is for you, Alexandra. Oh, she's Alexandra. Oh,
No, she's standing, she's standing.
good.
Very good.
I'll remember that. And Zachary.
So she's Zachary.
And first of all, you know, it says in a special, something that we read in the summer especially, it's called Ethics of Our Fathers, Pirkei Avot. We learn, it says that there are 3 things that the world stands on. Just like a chair can't rest on 2 legs, a chair needs at least 3 legs to be able to stand. The world stands on 3 things. It says al-avodah, al-Torah, al-avodah, on the Torah, on service to God, and on acts of kindness. Those are the top 3 things. Acts of kindness is together with the Torah and together with worship of God, which means I think you come from a tradition of acts of kindness and of caring for others and of making sure that other people are endowed with whatever they need. So, knowing your grandfather, I've met your grandfather a few times here in Shaare Zedek, and it's wonderful to see the entire family together and wonderful to see that. Hopefully you'll be
Manny,
following in.
Come on up, we're going to take the plaque.
So, Mazel tov to you.
We're going to
Okay.
be on a YouTube together.
Yes.
YouTube too.
Yeah.
Anything automatically.
No, go, watch you on,
Oh, we're going to do
You should do here. You should unveil the plaque. It's not as difficult as it looks. Madam Kaplan and Family Adolescents Multimedia Recreation Room and Program in memory of Sybil Kaplan. Very good.
And look this way.